Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
So I'll be picking up about 5 o'clock or so.
Can you hear us?
You gotta be.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna mute it back.
Hi, Johnny. Now what happened?
Sorry, Mike. I thought I had my mute button on. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just lost
Good.
y'all for some reason.
Huh?
I just lost y'all for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
I can see you.
Can you? Okay. I can't see anyone. I don't know what's going on here. You're gonna have to log out and log back in or something. There you go. Okay. You been staying out of trouble, Johnny?
I've been trying. I think it's working a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble right now. We just had our fourth grandbaby last week.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I didn't know you had any.
Oh,
How
yeah.
old are they?
The oldest one is 8. And then we have a 5-year-old. He's a boy. And then we have a 5-year-old boy, a 2-year-old girl. And then the newest born is a girl. And my daughter's due next month with a girl.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Well, I've got 2, and the oldest one will be 14 in December. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then I've got one that's 8, and she acts as old as the 13-year-old.
Yeah, that's how my 2-year-old granddaughter is. She knows everything. How many people we got? Just you and Ray?
That's what I was gonna. Mindy, do we have a quorum?
Burl's here.
We have Burl here. We do not have a quorum right now.
Okay, Denise is not going to make it. Her phone's not working, and she didn't want to chance it coming into the building with health reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
She called me earlier.
Would she be willing to participate by cell phone if I conference called her in?
No, that's what I'm saying. Her phone's not wouldn't hold it.
Mindy, can you reach out to Miriam? See if you can get hold of her. If not, to reach out to Jim Bauer. See if we can get him online.
Is Burl on Zoom or is he actually there?
He's there.
Actually,
Okay, I didn't see him
Know where
anywhere.
you are.
I'm gonna switch the camera view.
He just walked by.
Mike, you want to know where you were?
I see him now.
We're trying to get a hold of Miriam and Jim Bauer. See if we can get one of them on the phone. You don't have any trouble driving? No. Right. In fact, I got my life.
Well, you about ready for Thanksgiving, Mike?
I think so. You know, I
Is your
don't,
wife cooking?
yes, we were actually going to host this year because our house is finally finished.
Oh, good.
But our oldest son and his wife aren't coming because they just had the baby last week. And then,
Oh,
so we were going to get my youngest son and his family and my daughter and her husband, but my youngest son and his family, they may have COVID.
oh
So
no.
yeah, my daughter-in-law just got tested today, but they've got all the symptoms. So
Oh wow. I
yeah, and
hope that
the
everything's
weird thing is
okay.
they've been little to no contact with anyone. And
Wow.
so
Here to the rules.
I don't know. We're waiting on the test results to see what's up, but
Right.
if she's positive, they won't be coming.
Oh, well, a friend of mine's son went to the doctor for a checkup, just a regular checkup, and he caught it at the doctor's office.
Oh no.
But
Okay,
he's healthy enough to where he's getting over it though. It took him down pretty far though.
oh yeah. Yeah, our contractor, he actually
Not
he
the
finished a
Mary.
bunch of work and then he took some time off. And while he was taking time off, he got COVID and he got hit hard.
Wow. Yeah.
But
Well, you know, it hits people different ways.
mhm. But he has some health issues and he's very overweight.
Yeah.
So it just hit him really hard. And thankfully, we kind of dodged a bullet on that because he was already away from us for like 3 weeks when he caught it.
Right.
Otherwise, he'd have given it to us, I'm sure, you know.
Right.
So I'll tell you, I just ready for this stuff to be gone.
I know. I'm just looking forward to next year.
It's got to be better.
I am just looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's got to be better than this year. This year's been crazy.
Well, there are a lot of people that are still flying and driving out for Thanksgiving and stuff. So
No, you wouldn't
not
catch me on a
stopping
plane.
some of
Yeah, I would not get on a plane.
them.
I don't go anywhere where it's crowded, you know.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm not paranoid about it, but on the same token,
Right.
I'm trying to be smart, you know, and
Right, right.
I want to catch it and I don't want to pass it on to my family.
I know.
I don't know. Hopefully I guess the vaccine's coming, so we'll see how that reacts. I guess they'll give it to first responders and medical personnel and military first, is my guess. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
It's funny because on the news they were talking about, not the news, it was some program, they were talking about it earlier, and they were like, well, of course, you know, people that are rich are going to be able to get a hold to it. So
Oh, you know, everybody's got to think a conspiracy somewhere. How are you, Burl?
The mic is off.
Oh, they got it.
Mindy's
Oh, I
mic
see
is
it
off.
now. Mindy turned it off. Okay.
There you go. You can talk now.
How are you, Burl?
I'm doing fine, doing fine. Yeah. Now that we got the mic turned on, we can't talk about it, can we?
I was wondering.
Oh, so he didn't hear me earlier.
I guess not. That's a good thing he didn't hear you.
What'd you say about me, Mayor?
I told him that you'd asked where he was at.
Oh,
He was waiting, he figured you'd be here. Somebody.
well, I thought about attending in person, but then when I heard about my youngest son and his family, I don't know if y'all heard that or not.
Are we sure that, because since we got to have one more, I can call Denise on her cell phone, just like a regular phone call, and that would conference her in here. She doesn't have to have the Zoom app. She can participate on the regular phone, like a cell phone. You want me to see if I can give her a call and see if she can do that?
Well, you
Yeah.
might try that with Denise then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it, Craig.
Can you give me her number? Anybody have it?
Jim's
Yeah.
Oh, Jim is
let me
coming.
find my- let
Okay,
me find my phone.
Jim is
will
coming.
not do Zoom, but he will come.
Oh, Jim's coming?
Jim's on his way.
Oh, okay.
You don't live very far from here, right?
No, he said give him, he wanted wanted to change really quick. Yeah, he just thought it was Zoom, and he don't do Zoom. I said, well, you can come in if you would like.
We're gonna be
I said,
letting
we
know
kind of
that.
need you tonight. So,
All hands on deck.
yeah, he said, well, if I can come in, I'll do that. He said, well, I told him that.
Well, you
I
know,
said,
we're
we'll have you
pajamas.
anyway.
Might be wearing pajamas. Or you tucked
The
in.
glory thing about Zoom, you can.
Craig, I got the invite for that meeting with, Michael Morris.
Oh, okay, great.
I'll do the invite to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Got another meeting tomorrow.
Might be full of them
Mayor's
tomorrow.
Council tomorrow.
What time is that?
That'll be brief, 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
But that's executive board meeting.
Okay.
That's not you.
Yeah, our city council meeting shouldn't be but 5 minutes, I don't think.
So is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, sir.
I can't think straight.
Shouldn't be but just a few minutes.
So got that one, the mayor's council only take about maybe a half hour,
Okay.
so. And the Michael Morris, they said that one would be relatively short too.
Okay.
They were asking for about a half hour on that one,
Good deal.
but that's December the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I'll send you the invite, just so you can have it in your calendar.
Okay.
So that would be a very important one.
Nice. Ma'am.
All those streets that were brought up in that email.
Who's the 203?
That's me.
Oh.
In case we wanted to conference Denise in, I could just call her up here and add her into the call.
Those 3 streets that were listed in that email, those are all on our radar, right?
Yeah, they're already mapped out to be replaced.
They cut us off again. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Johnny?
I am not for sure. My stepmother wanted me to take her out of town to visit her a couple of her members of her family, and she didn't want to spend the night. And so I called her to check on her, make sure everything was good to go. She told me the head count was already 20 people. She said, that's all right, I'm not going. So
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a smart move.
People are just not taking it serious. It's not serious to them. So
No, they're not.
I guess to each his own.
Like I say, I'm not paranoid about it, but I try to be careful.
I'm
with it.
not either, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
That's it, you know.
Oh, okay. Little roundhouse.
Hello.
Oh,
have Jim here.
No, I'm gonna sit over here in my regular seat. Okay. Okay, we ready.
You ready, Mindy?
All yours,
Yes.
Johnny.
Some members of the EDC board may participate via telephone or via conference. A quorum may or may not be physically present in the city council chambers. Citizens wishing to make comments should email mparks@evermanTX.net. Citizen comments received prior to the meeting adjourned will be read to the council. Meeting called to order. Approval of the minutes from previous meeting, August 13, 2020, regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for August 13th, 2020.
Second.
Any discussions? I just had a couple of comments. In the minutes, it was saying that EDC was paying for the scoreboards, and it would be $4,500 for all fields. Is that correct, Michael? It was $4,500.
I believe that's right, John.
Oh, okay. Okay, my
Yep.
other question was, in the minutes, it mentioned that the $75,000 could be from EDC incentive fund or from EDC. Is that correct? Was that mentioned?
Yeah, that's the
What
money.
what exactly is the EDC incentive fund?
We've used that in past budgets. When new companies come to town, we might use it for cash grants or something like that. But this year, what we did is we moved it to the Memorial Park budget that we created for this year, for this next fiscal year.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aren't you supposed to do that?
Okay, motion carried.
Third, consideration and possible action. A, consideration and motion to approve $69,500 expenditure to stove fence and concrete for concrete sidewalks and pad sites for the Memorial Park.
Okay, as you all know, we had set aside $75,000 to begin the Memorial Park project this fiscal year. And so I was trying to figure out a way to use those funds to get this thing off the ground. So that's what these items are on the agenda tonight. Stove fence was the lowest bid I could find for putting in the sidewalk. That will essentially come from the, if you know where the football field is, there's a dirt parking lot in between it and the Memorial Park site. So it'll begin at the edge of that dirt parking lot, and it'll go all the way up to the tip nearly of where Wichita and Race Street split right there. So the park will be that size, and off the sidewalk, if you look at that diagram that I hand drew for you, you'll see that there's a large pad site at the very tip there where the streets split, where we would have the U.S. State and city flags, and in front of that would be the military memorials on a large pad site. And then coming back toward the football field, you would have 4 other offset sidewalks, 2 on each side, where you would have a police memorial, a fire memorial, an EMS memorial, and then you would have a larger 30 by 30 pad site in the event that we were able to get some type of either military equipment or police equipment, fire equipment, whatever we decide to put on that pad site for people to come and look at, or visit. And with these concrete sidewalks and pad sites, we also asked that they had recessed edges off the sides of the concrete work, so that we could, at some point in time, sell bricks to first responder families or people that want to recognize someone that's first responder or military throughout that park site. So that's why you see the recessed area in there. So with all that in mind, all that concrete work, with those recessed edges and everything, we're talking about $69,500. You're talking about roughly 7,500 square feet of 45-inch concrete to encompass that entire area.
Part that's not covered in concrete would just be grass.
Yes, sir.
Well, do we need to approve this before we and then discuss it? Or,
No,
okay. My question is, do you have any pictures or anything before we vote on anything?
Pictures of
Of what it's supposed to look like? Because I mean, we're spending the almost 70,000 for the fence and the concrete and for the sidewalks and everything, but I mean, it's like we have like a visual or something.
just what I drew you. I mean, this is just a concept that we came up with. There's no other park like this that I'm aware of. That I could go take pictures of.
When did you show that to us?
It should have been in your packet. You should have it on your agenda. If you look at your attachments, you should have it in your email.
Is that with the estimate?
Yes. It's in the same email you got with the agenda and the estimate and all that. There's another drawing of it's a hand-drawn picture of what the park would look like.
Okay.
That's on the email you received on Friday from Mindy.
Sorry?
And I was telling Johnny that she received that email on Friday from Mindy.
You happen to have, Mindy, a way to show that to Johnny somehow, or?
Oh, that's okay. I've got it pulled up.
I can do this.
No, I see it. Thank you. Okay, so you're saying there's going I have the black and white picture up. So is the rectangular shape thing, is that what the concrete wall?
It's not a concrete wall. The red markings around it are basically the fence line that he drew out. He drew that out when he was calculating the estimate for the fence line. But if you just look at the pad sites and the sidewalks, that's all we're talking about on this particular agenda item. It's just the concrete work. It's the $69,500. We'll talk about the fencing here in just a minute.
Okay, the 20 by 20, the pillow, those are concrete.
Yes. Yeah, there'll be
Okay,
three.
is that a walkway?
Yeah, there's walkways to all of them. There's a sidewalk that
Okay.
goes all the way up to the memorial site for the military, and then coming back down the sidewalk, you'll have branches of sidewalks that go out. One for police, one for fire, one for EMS, and one for a pad site for equipment, or any kind of display that the city wants to put out there.
Okay, and you said a fence will go around the whole thing.
Yes, that's
Correct.
our recommendation. Yes.
Okay, so with the pillows and the fencing, all of that is the 69.5.
Just the concrete, just all the pad sites and the sidewalks and all the concrete. This is 69.5. The fencing we'll talk about further down in the agenda.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve $69,500 expenditure to snow fence and concrete for concrete sidewalks and pad sites for the Memorial Park.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
There you go.
Here you go.
That's just a little.
B, consideration and motion to approve 2095 expenditure to U.S. flag and supply for flag poles.
Johnny,
And
Johnny,
flag.
hold on. Johnny, hold on.
Burl wanted to discuss it a little bit more, but
Yeah,
Burl,
Burl,
can
we
you
need,
pull that?
technically, we should do a motion and second before we discuss.
Yep.
So
Can you slide that microphone down towards you? That
To
way they can-
discuss the second one or the first one?
The first one.
Okay.
I thought we had the second, but guess not.
yeah, we got a second from Jim.
So,
My apologies. Go ahead, Burl.
okay, I noticed on this estimate, of course, this includes everything for the city plus what we're contributing here, but 50% deposit, is that, I don't like the 50% deposits.
Yeah, but we've worked with this company before. They're the ones that did all the fence work and everything at the ballparks, and they did the same thing. They did a quality job. So
Well, I'm not
It-
questioning that they
Yeah.
did a good job and not questioning the value. It's just that I've found when people get 50% payment up front, holidays take longer than you expect. Get breaks in jobs so they have to do another job. People get sick. They don't seem to concentrate as seriously on completion of the job. I don't like them. I'm not saying we don't do away with it. It just, I don't like paying anything.
well, you're like me. I remember the days when we didn't give them anything until the job was done.
Yeah, I know.
But now most of these contractors are requesting money up front for material costs and all this kind of stuff. And
Well, I understand where they're coming from. I understand they need something, but 50% seems like a lot, but maybe it's not. I'm not in the construction business. Just raise the question.
All of the items that are on this estimate, we're just talking about 3 things, correct?
Yeah, there's actually 4, but 4 action items. But yeah, there's
Mike, you might turn up your volume.
had it turned up. Maybe I'm sitting too far away. Can you hear me now?
Just barely. Go ahead.
There are 3 actual projects. The 4th action item is just a matter of financial, or the funding for one of the projects. But there's 3 different things on the agenda for the park.
Okay, this is not the estimate for the Veterans Memorial, is it?
Yes. This is.
But there are a lot of other things that are on here.
Yes, all of this has to do with the Memorial Park.
Okay, but it has Johnson Park volleyball fence.
Oh, you're looking at that. No, all of those other estimates on there, you can disregard those. What had happened is I had gotten estimates for a number of different projects for the capital improvement plan that we're working on.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's a different thing, but only 2 of the items on that particular list pertain to what we're talking about tonight.
Okay. Okay, so when would they start the project?
I haven't talked to them about that yet. I don't
Okay,
ever
so-
talk, I don't talk to them about stuff like that until we present it to y'all to see if we're going to do it or not do it or what y'all's wishes are. So.
Right, and we've had concrete work done by them before?
Yes, they did the basketball court at Johnson Park.
Okay.
So they did the basketball court and they did all of the work, all the fencing and all the new baseball fields and stuff. They did that entire project. So they did a quality job. It was a very, very nice job over there.
Okay. So, going back on to what Burrow was saying, we would have to pay them the 50, half of it beforehand.
Yes. I mean, I can negotiate that if you want me to see if they'll come off of that, but that's their standard practice when we used them before. So I don't know if that's what they do, or I guess that's their standard practice.
Well, what else? What do y'all think? Burrow, what do you think?
Oh, I don't think there's much question on it. I'm sure that's standard with them. I just prefer not to do it, but that doesn't mean we don't. I think we'll go ahead with not worry about the 50%.
Okay.
Do have another comment, I guess. Just thinking. Something's rattling around in my head and I'm trying to figure out what it is. We selected pads here for different things, which I think are correct, and I don't have any question about that, except does this, are we likely to run into some situation later on where some organization thought they should be represented? Is that likely to come up?
You know, we've come across stuff like that before in other parks that I've worked in, but essentially this is a city park and the city's able to do what they want to do with it.
I know, yeah.
So, you know, if another organization came in and said, we want to do, you know, whatever, that's a city council issue, and the city council would say yay or nay based on what that, you know,
Yeah,
what that was. But essentially with the councils I've worked with in the past, they generally deny any other organizations trying to get in there with, you know, I mean, we could have memorials for a million different things when it all's said and done. But this is a city park, and the city will dictate what goes in over there and how it's maintained. So
you prove an extra one, and there's no end, because then everybody comes out of the woodwork wanting their
exactly
represented.
Exactly.
It might be a potential problem.
Yeah.
I'll hush.
No, we welcome your comments. Any further discussion? Mindy, you want to poll the board?
Ma'am, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
B, consideration and motion to approve $2,095 expenditure to U.S. flag and supply for flag poles and flags.
Okay, this is 3 commercial grade flag poles for the U.S. flag, the Texas flag, and the city flag. The city has a new logo that we can get printed on a flag for us. And so obviously we'd like to put those 3 flags at the very tip there of the park where the military memorials are going to be. The one is 25 foot tall. Well, actually 2 are 25 feet tall, the U.S. flag and Texas flag, and the city flag will be 20 feet tall. And this is for the flag poles and the flags.
You said they'll go down at the end, down by the parking lot, or the other at the tip?
at the tip there where Wichita and Race.
Okay, I
split.
see. Thank you. I see. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Am I wrong about it, or doesn't the US flag need to be
Thank you.
in the center and maybe just slightly higher than the others?
Yeah, that was just my rough scale drawing, Burl. We'll fix all that when the time comes. I'm not the greatest artist in the world.
Did you have something to say, Jim?
Yeah, I don't think so now. Thank you.
Are we ready for a motion? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve $2,095 expenditure to US Flag and Supply for flag poles and flags.
Second.
Johnny?
Any further discussion? Mindy, poll the council, please.
Okay, all
I'm
in
sorry,
favor?
the EDC board.
All in favor?
Easy to do.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
C, consideration of motion to transfer $14,000 from EDC reserve fund and add those funds to the 2020-21 budget for Memorial Park project.
Okay, so with the 75,000 that you set aside, you're close to that now with those two expenditures of the concrete and the flagpoles. To put in a fence around that project, we're talking about $14,250. So what I'd like to do is ask that we transfer an additional 14,000 from our reserve account into this fund so that we can erect a 6-foot chain link fence all the way around the perimeter of that park to make sure that really for two reasons. Number one, we're really inclined to improve both of the parks all of the parks that we have for safety purposes for all the people that go there. And secondarily, we're wanting to make sure that we can protect our parks and our investments in those parks so that we can, prevent or try to prevent any kind of vandalism or things of that nature, which in the past has cost us funds because, we've had to go in and clean stuff up and fix things. So certainly with a park of this nature, and really all the parks that we have, but certainly the park of this nature, we want to make sure that it's well protected for people to come and visit and enjoy. And hopefully we can keep out any type of, potential vandalism or at least deter that with the 6-foot fence that goes around it. There would be a double gate in the front there where the sidewalk comes in from the parking lot for entry and exit. And it's also would allow our parks maintenance people to get in and out with their mowers and things of that nature. But other than that, this would be inside the walking track. The walking track would still be on the outside of the memorial park, but the chain link fence would run in between the walking track and the park itself. So we're talking about 900 and wait, what was it? Let me find it. Yeah, 924 feet of 6-foot tall chain link fence. And rather than use the other balance that we have from the 75,000, we would use 250 of that, obviously. But with projects of this nature, sometimes you run into some kind of an issue that may develop that we need extra funds for, whether it be a few $100s or whatever. But one of the things that I would like to do with that extra money or the remaining balance of that 75,000 is to hopefully talk to someone that will run electricity out there to all of the different pad sites so that we can properly have lighted pads or lighted displays, and certainly to light up the flags that we have properly, so that that's done the right way. So that's kind of the plan, or the kind of the motion that I'm going in here. So, and I know one of you has on your mind what the balance is in our reserve account right now, and it's $591,246. So I would like to move 14,000 of that into this fund, if that's okay with y'all.
I have, okay, my first, my first question is, instead of a chain link fence, what about a wrought iron? It would look dressier, classier, and all of that versus a wrought iron fence. I would think would look better than the chain link.
It would, but it would be a lot more money. But we can certainly entertain that if that's something y'all would rather see out there. But it would be a lot more money than what we're talking about here.
Well, I think it'd be nice if we could get some estimates, and then possibly go with. We may even be able to get donations. But I think it would look a lot classier if instead of the chain link. And so, but I don't know what the timeline or anything is. I'm just thinking that I think it'd look a lot nicer if it was a wrought iron fence or something to that effect.
Oh, no question. But like I said, it's pretty pricey. I've actually priced that at my house. And I decided to go in a different direction. It's pretty pricey.
Well, okay. Would you do me a favor and just get an estimate to see how much it was, and how soon would you be starting this project?
I haven't discussed it obviously with the contractor yet, because like I said, I don't discuss things like that until I know for sure that we're going to move in that direction. But
Right.
He may want to start it before this year ends, or he may want to just wait until after the first of the year. I just don't know yet.
Right.
And of course,
Like I said, I think we may be, if the timeline is good, we may be if we can't get it from anywhere, we may be able to get donations for this, So my second question is, a lot of times when we look at projects, we do some here and do some there, and we have a lot of different going in a lot of different directions. When we started this looks very nice. Have you thought about putting, like you were saying, for electricity, putting lights at each one of the blocks and have it going up to the monument, and therefore, getting it all at one time versus, some here and some there, and we're study coming back to EDC for money. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. My plan is to try and get all of our electricity in there, because I'd like to get it in there before the concrete's poured, so that we have proper lighting for all of the pads, the flag poles, the monuments, and everything.
Right.
And so, we have some people in town that I can talk to that will hopefully, work with us, with the price. But yeah, I plan to try and pursue that to see where I can, what I can get.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I don't want to put the concrete in and then try to put the electric in after.
Right,
Um,
right.
I'd really like to get the electrical in the ground and then go from there. So
Now, just to make sure, the 14,000 includes electrical, right?
no, the 14,000 is just for the fence. So I have a balance left. I don't know, $3,000 or something. And I'm hoping to get some of the folks that we work with in the city on a regular basis that are electrical contractors to work with us on providing electricity out there. The thing about parks like this, there's a lot of people that like to contribute to projects like this.
Right.
And that's my hope, is that I can find some people that want to be a part of this project and help us out with it. And we can do things to recognize that,
Right.
whether we put some, or designate some area for people that volunteer their time or their money or whatever. We can do bricks, or we can do whatever we want in a designated area out there for people that contribute. So that's something else that we can plan on.
Are we ready for a motion? What do you guys want to make the motion?
You do a better job of it than I do.
Okay. I'll make a motion to transfer $14,000 from EDC reserve fund and add those funds to the 2021 budget for Memorial Park project.
I'll second.
Mindy, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
D, consideration and motion to approve $14,250 to Stowe Fence and Concrete for 6-inch chain link fence around the perimeter of the Memorial Park.
I'll make a motion to approve $14,250 of Stowe fence and concrete for 6-foot fence link or chain link fence around the perimeter of Memorial Park.
I'll second that.
I will, though, we're going to have time obviously before this project starts. Just, Johnny, I will get some prices on ornamental iron just to see what kind of a difference we're talking about.
There.
Well, we're on the subject of fence. Let me ask a question here. Are we going to open and close the gates on this every day?
Yes, sir. I think the plan is, and I don't know, you'd have to ask the city manager and obviously the city council, but I think if we get the entire park system at some point in time fenced, I think the plan is to open and close all of the parks rather than have them wide open all night long, where we've had issues with vandalism, things of that nature. So
Hey, Mike, we actually have it set up right now where the police officers lock the basketball courts at 10 o'clock every night and unlock them at 6 o'clock every morning. We can do the exact same routine with this park.
Would there be a camera over this Memorial Park?
Eventually, yes. I think we have cameras throughout the park now, so I think we need cameras in all the areas of the park, or all the parks for that matter. Craig, do we have cameras at Johnson Park? I don't think so.
No, we don't, but we are exploring the possibility of putting several pole cameras up, but they're not cheap. They run about $2,500.
No, I know Pittman has some, but I think that's the only one. And I know we're really trying to come up with ways to improve all the parks, and enhance everything that we have out there and add to it and make them. I mean, I don't have to tell you, all the parks are used very heavily in our city. The people love the parks, and I think we can go a long way in making them much better than what they are. So there's a lot of projects in the works for not only Memorial Park, but Pittman and Johnson Park as well. But money, and time is a problem. So, that's why Craig is working hard on a capital improvement plan for the city, not only for park issues, but obviously all the issues that the city has to address. And at some point in time or over time, we'll be able to accomplish a lot of the tasks that are going to be outlined in that capital improvement plan once the council approves that. So.
Any further discussion? I think we've already got a first and a second. Mindy, would you poll the council? Poll the EDC board?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
We're adjourned if there's nothing else.
I'd like to bring up something.
Okay. Is this?
Okay. I'm getting really tired of seeing all these kids walking down the streets, Shelby, all these busy streets. We need sidewalks. Every place is a school because the kids impede the traffic, or one of these days, somebody's going to get hurt.
Is this the only board that you serve on?
This is the only one I serve.
You want to be on our planning and zoning commission?
Yeah, I need another job.
We may have an opening, but no,
Yeah.
that's actually what we're looking to do is map out those
Yeah.
kinds of things and getting those
Yeah.
complaints and having that feedback.
Well, I left something here, probably 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah,
That,
I've got it.
yeah,
The problem with Shelby is it's Fort Worth.
well, both
So-
sides.
Well, not both sides, but the sidewalk would
The
have
side where
to
they're
be
putting in
on.
the houses is Fort Worth.
Yeah,
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 they would be the one to have to come in and put the sidewalk in.
with Fort Worth, we've been trying to negotiate with them to actually get to widen Shelby Road because there's concern about the traffic flow.
I
with
agree.
the influx of residential development that's coming in on the south
Mhm.
side. We had some significant traffic flow concerns. We've been asking them to widen Shelby. They pretty much flat out denied. We've raised some of the safety concerns about adding a sidewalk in on that side because it is the same side as the school.
Mhm.
And where a lot of the kids from the apartments and so forth are walking from. And we
Right.
get a lot of high schoolers that walk from there to the junior high to their siblings or so forth, or meet up in between. So it makes sense to put it on the south side of Shelby Road.
Right.
We couldn't get any support there either. So we just kind of hit some brick walls. We're going to keep pushing on it though. That
Well,
is
I
an
mean,
issue on our radar.
somebody's thinking about it.
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
been
I
on our
hadn't-
radar for several years.
I hadn't heard anything, so, I drive down Shelby a lot, and it disturbs me.
We've had a few kids get hit on it.
Well, they won't move out of your way. It's like they think it's theirs, and I guess they do. They don't want to walk in the grass. I don't know. I grew up in West Texas. I walk anywhere. So.
Well, it's dangerous for the kids because they cross the street to get on the other side and cars are coming.
Yeah, there needs to be zebras out there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this a long time, and
We love
one of these
the
days I
feedback.
need to bring it up.
I think that's it. We're adjourned.
Thank y'all.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Everybody.